What's up, y'all? So, I did my trainer's guide on scaffolds and rope descendants, so we'll just jump straight into it. Okay, scaffolds and rope descendants. Scaffolds are used in wide-ranging industries and must meet the requirements in 29 CFR Part 1926. Data review and approval. OSHA published the Walking Working Surfaces Rule on November 18th of 2019, and it became effective in April 13th of 2020. It's 81 FR 82494. Okay. Need assessments. Who the training is for. So, the training is for RDS suspension systems is for workers who descend in a controlled manner and stop at any point during the descendants to perform a task. So you can see there's a picture right here. It's showing the workers. They're normally window cleaners, anyone using a rope and descendant system. RDS generally consists of an anchorage support rope, descendant device, carabiners or shackles, and a chair in the United States. RDS are widely used for building cleaning, including window cleaning, maintenance, and inspection work. And this 300 feet right here, we're going to notice is actually going to be important in a later slide. Okay, so need assessments. Why spend money for this training? Okay, so section 1910.27B1 specifies requirements for RDS anchorages, which are devices installed specifically to support an RDS or fixed structural members of a building, such as posts, beams, grinders, and columns. They may also serve as RDS anchorages in some cases. To ensure RDS are safe for workers to use, anchorages must be capable of supporting the impact forces that the equipment may apply. Therefore, before a worker uses any RDS, okay, learning objectives. What should be gained during this training? Before any rope descendants system is used, the building owner must inform the employer in writing that the building owner has identified, tested, certified, and maintained each anchorage so it is capable of supporting at least 5,000 pounds, which is also 2,268 kilograms, in any direction for each employer attached. It's for each employer. The information must be based on your annual inspection by a qualified person and certified of each anchorage by a qualified person as necessary at least every 10 years. So you have to renew every 10 years. The employer must ensure that no employee uses an anchorage before the employer has obtained written information from the building owner that each anchorage meets the requirements of the paragraph B1I, which is stated above, of this section. The employer must keep the information for the duration of the job, so he has to keep documentation as he's performing out the whole job for liability reasons, obviously. Okay? To continue on with learning objectives, what should be gained during training? No rope descendant system is used for heights greater than 300 feet. That's what we see in the chart, the 300 feet, which is also 91 meters. Above grade, unless the employer, here's the kicker, above the grade, unless the employer demonstrates that it is not feasible to access such heights by any other means, that those means pose a greater hazard than using a rope descendant system. So this is saying like cranes and stuff, if it is actually more dangerous, they'll allow you to use rope descendants above 300 feet. The rope descendant system is used in accordance with the industry warning and design limitations set by the manufacturer or under the directions of a qualified person. Each employee uses a separate, independent personal fall arrest system that meets the requirements of the subpart 1 of this part. Okay, so prerequisites. Job title. There's actually no job title. Experience level. So there's an experience level. Before any rope descendant system is used, the building owner must inform the employee in writing that the building owner has identified, tested, certified, and maintained each anchorage so that it is capable of supporting at least 5,000 pounds in any direction for each employee attached. So it has to be 5,000 pounds for each employee. Education. Scaffolds used in general industries must meet the requirements in 29 CFR Part 1926 Support L. Scaffolds. So we talked about that earlier. Previous training. There is no previous training for scaffolds. Okay. Audience engagement. There are 4 basic methods presenting a speech: manuscript, memorize, improvise, and prompt. Each has a variety of uses in various forms of communications. In a classroom, chairs should be horizontally in line so that all class members are faced the direction of the instructor and can clearly see. Similarly, the instructor must be able to see and make eye contact with each individual in the classroom. So you want to be bold. You want to make sure you get your point across. You want to be knowledgeable of your information, firm. You want to be able to answer questions. You just want to have a broad understanding of all your information. Okay. Then we have a picture over here. Given an example. Course completion requirements. The employee must train each employee on or before May 17th in the proper care, inspection, storage, and use of equipment covered by this subpart before any employee uses the equipment. So you have to have proper care, inspection, storage, and use of the equipment to pass the class. You can't just know how to use the equipment. You have to know how to properly maintain your equipment so it can be used later on in another job or a job site. The employer must train each employee who uses a dock board to properly place and secure it to prevent unintentional movement. Okay. Course completion requirements still. Proper place and secure it to prevent unintentional movement. 1910-30 B2. The employer must train each employee who uses a rope descending system and proper rigging and use of the equipment in accordance with 1910-27. The employer must train each employee who uses a designated area the proper setup and use of the area. The employer must train each employee before May 17th the proper care, inspection, storage, and use of the equipment covered by this subpart before an employee uses the equipment. Training requirements. This is an intensive 3-day, 24-hour program intended for any worker who are expected to work on the roofs of tall buildings and descend over the side to conduct work. Any scope of the work, architects, surveyors, glaziers, inspectors, window cleaners that must exit the roof and descend the side of the building would benefit from this course content. The course has a heavy emphasis on descendant control devices, rope descendant systems. Students beginning using rope descendant systems on day 1 and throughout the balance of the course. Course evaluation strategies. The program is structured to focus on the fall protection in 3 different zones, typically to building envelope work, fall protection equipment, common practices, and minimum regulator requirements for the safe zone, danger zone, and drop zone are covered in this program. Students are given a fundamental educational on full body harnesses and seat broad options and the use of descendant control devices with the applicable fall arrestor systems, ropes, and rope grabs. Okay. Course evaluation strategy. I believe this is the last slide. So this program uses the traditional seat, board, and rope grab setup as well as interchangeable rope assesses setups to reach the work areas. At the conclusion of this course, students will be able to use both rope access harnesses systems as well as seat board systems to safely navigate the roof, negotiably the edge, and descend to the work. Students will also be shown what equipment to use and how to ascend the rope, troubleshoot issues on the rope, and how to self-evaluate from ropes using the secondary line. The scope of this course is limited to the use of fall protection, rope descendant, and rope access equipment, and does not include training on the work. Okay, so the main highlight in any of this industry is protection. You need to be safe because liabilities can sink you and can sink the company. And I believe that's it. Okay, thank y'all.